channel again, or if this is your first time, hi. Thank you for visiting and taking the time to watch. Today I have been excited to share with you guys the items that I bought in Japan. I have, I want to say, about 9 videos of when we went to Japan. So if you're interested in those, anyways, today though, like I said, I bought some items while I was there, just a few, maybe about 4 items, and I wanted to share my thoughts and my kind of review on some of these items. Here we go. My very first one that I really liked, and I say there's actually one of the items that I'm going to mention and share with you that actually ended up being a disappointment, and even more so, I guess, too, because I was probably the most excited about it at first when I got it. But yeah, I mean, that's why we try these things, right? But the first thing that I actually really liked, it's what's on my lips now. It's the Elixir lip care oil. I'll share some pictures up here as well of more about the item and some of the other colors that they have and things like that. Each of the items, I've got screenshots and pictures that I looked up that shares a little bit more about the product other than what I'm telling you, and just to illustrate a little bit more of the product. Like for this one, the colors. This one was the limited edition, or like this year's special color, and it was, I've got notes here too. So this one's called Rosie Dazzle, and it's a lip care oil tint. Now the reason that I like it, it's a lip gloss, and although it's very bright, it's a sheer bright color, but yet very pigmented for a gloss. And if you have ever tried the Buxoms, this is like that as far as not being sticky, being a heavy, long-lasting lip gloss without the tingling feeling. This doesn't have any lip plumper or anything in it, so it's not tingling or anything. But the color is bright too, because as you see the look that I'm wearing now, that seemed to be the trend there in Japan. They don't wear a lot of makeup, and from what I could tell, mostly of what I've noticed, a lot of them wore very neutral color on the eyes, if any eyeshadow at all. Some did wear like maybe a winged eyeliner or something, but most wore, and most of the trendy colors that they had, maybe because it was spring too, was very bright colors, bright pinks and corals and things like that. And some even wore a lot of heavy bright colors on their cheeks. And they also, as far as, skincare seemed to be a little bit more of a thing for them. Oh, by the way, if you notice my hair is wet, that's because I'm filming before work. So I had just gotten done with the shower and everything, and wanted to go ahead and get ready for work and everything so I could film for you guys. But back to the products and back to Japan. They do take a lot of care to wearing sunblock, which seems to me, from me being somebody who watches a lot of beauty gurus, beauty influencers and things like that, seems to have just become expressed as being important here in the United States and so on. But over there, they had a lot of skincare products that were marketed and found everywhere I went. And so the reason I bring that up is one of the products that I'm sharing with you is does include some. And also because with the color lip gloss that I have and the bright colored lips that I was saying, that seemed to be the trend. The bright colors, lips and cheeks, and very fair skin. And they spend a lot of time traveling on foot as well. So they do spend probably more time out and about and in the sun than even some of us do. So I think this is going to be a favorite, and it was probably the one I got the most excited about because in the summertime I don't wear as much makeup, or I wear more neutral eyeshadow and throw in a lip gloss. And this bright color is very trendy even here in the United States. I've noticed a lot of the sets of lip glosses, lipsticks, and things like that that I've gotten through our own companies had a lot of bright colors in them. So I think this is going to be probably my most favorite that I bought. I also have some other items. Now, I'm pretty neutral on this one, but I like it enough. I think that I will probably, I still need to try it some more. They come in individual packets like this. So there were several of them in here to start with, a total of 5. So it's one box with 5 in it. And they do have the moisturizing ones. This is, let's see if I have any notes on this one. The sheet masks. Yeah. Now, what I did like about it, and I do have written down here, it's a black mask, and I'll show, I think I have a video clip. If I do, I'll put it up here. And it was a black mask, but what I liked about it was the fact that it was thick cotton. It wasn't a very thin cotton, and when you're trying to, pull and tug on it to get it in place, you're not afraid that you're going to tear it. It's not as delicate. That's the word. It's thick. It's not delicate like most of the other ones that I've tried before. So it did leave my face very moisturized. I think not only was the cotton fabric thick, but the serum was pretty thick, and that can be a good thing when you want to have enough serum and stuff clinging to your face afterwards. It's not like super dry, so you feel like you're getting enough product to do anything. So I don't know, maybe I'm not explaining that very well, but I like the product enough. I didn't hate it. I didn't like it like love it. I do want to try more moisturizing type one. They have another one in a red box that's more hydrating. So this one was the pore filling one, as a matter of fact. So that's what I was going to mention, and I got sidetracked. It's pore filling. This one's the pore filling one, the red box. They have several ones. They have a blue one. I don't remember what that one was for, but the red one, I do want to try that one. And I will review that one and see if that one was actually what I loved the most. I'm just stumbling all over this one for some reason. Anyways, so that's about that one. Yeah, this one is made in Japan too. So this is definitely a Japan product. And the next item, now I think I want to explain also with my skin type is, I used to, when I was younger, very oily. I mean, even my hair would be oily, that even hours after I washed my hair and, washed my face or anything like that, it would just be so like grease ball. I loved makeup even when I was in high school, and I'd come home and I'd just feel so gross. I could not wait to get my makeup off. But now, as I've got older, I'm now 40, early 40s, and my skin is more dry than oily. Obviously, that's the biggest change. But I don't break out as often either. I had acne really bad when I was younger as well. And now when I get them, they're either just because of stress, I'm, you know, on my period or something like that. So I do get occasional breakouts. And when I do, they're not, but maybe one or two. Like I have like one right here or something like that. But sometimes I even get like little bumps and stuff that don't really come to a head. And I try to avoid messing with them, but this next product, I got it because of the fact that I did end up breaking out while I was over there, and I was wanting to try some products anyway. So this one here, I'll have a picture of what it looked like in the package. It is now I'm gonna tear this all up. It's the Shiseido, I think is pronounced right. If not, like I said, you'll see it up there what it looked like in the package to recognize it. It comes in these two little bottles, and I'm also including clips too, I think, of each of these products showing the consistency of them. It's the D program, and this one's for acne. Now they did have for other skincare concerns also, but I specifically did want the acne one. So this one, they call it Acne Care Lotion, but really what this is a type of toner. It's very watery, and the way that I use it is after I've done my cleansing of my face and, you know, washed all my makeup off, I put it on a cotton ball and just put it on like we would do as a toner. And then this one's the Acne Care Emulsion. Now this is where I'm going to go ahead and include for you kind of an idea of the steps that they do for Korean or Japanese skincare. Some of their well, even ours has gotten kind of long. Our list of steps of what we take to do our skincare has grown. But the emulsion, this tiny one, is what you would put on just before your moisturizer, and then after your moisturizer, your skincare. So this one is a little bit thicker than this one. It's not as watery, but this one's a little bit thicker, more of a kind of a thin gel, I guess you would say, kind of consistency, and it's very clear. So but the thing that made me really like this one is it works. I've had other products similar to what these are supposed to be for, you know, like I kind of use it like a spot treatment, or, you know, like even all over my face to prevent others when my face. Well, it looks like my battery died on me, which was kind of a surprise. It indicated like I had more battery than I did, so sorry about that if seems like the angle's a little different or anything like that. I'm not sure exactly where I left off, but yeah, I think I was talking about these right here. What I loved about them, they really worked. I've had other items that I've used as spot treatment. That's what I was talking about. And even some high-end items like Origins, and I don't feel like it did as much for me in that regard. It was better than nothing, but these was very surprising to me. They work very well. sometimes I put it all over my face just as kind of a preventative thing when it does look like my face is acting up a little bit. And I know that there's a potential for it to do so, like when I'm on my period. But when I use this, since I've been home and when I was in Japan, it seemed like either that next day or 2 or 3 days and the breakout or acne was diminished. So this is definitely something I recommend, and I'm actually considering picking up a little set on Yes Styles. I found it on there, I think, and picking it up for my niece because she's struggling with acne as bad as I did when I was her age. So I might pick this up for her as well, and it was not very it was very inexpensive. I'll put the price down here for you guys, and where I'll try to link it in the description and everything as well. So if you're interested and want to give it a try, see if it works for you. Now we get into the products that I was a little bit disappointed in, and I'll share up here again clips of the consistency. The packaging that it came in was really adorable. I think that's what drew me in. It's and I've got a lot of notes about these that I wrote down when I first initially tried it, and I feel like I hear my mouth gross. Okay, where are you at? I hate that. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, so the first one was the cleanser, and it comes in a little bitty tube like this, and it's lasted me for quite a while. All of these really, they have, I think I just ran out of the sunscreen. I'll go ahead and put this here so it's a little easier to reach. So the cleanser didn't strip my skin at first. I didn't feel like it did when I first tried it. It felt clean, but not dehydrated. Like some of them, when you first use them, they feel like they stripped your skin, they made it dry, and you feel like you have to put moisturizer and stuff on. At first, this didn't feel like that. A little bit goes a long way. Like I put maybe a pinky size, if that, and it really like covered my whole face really well. It has kind of a citrus floral scent, but kind of in a good way, and I said in a good way because I personally don't like, I'm very picky about my citrus scents. I don't prefer it, but it was more kind of like a citrusy floral scent. And again, that goes into fragrance in our skincare, and it's not really good for you, and that gets into my long-term opinions. After I've used it for so long, I did end up feeling like this really wasn't the best. Like my skin overall, after I've used all 4 of these products, didn't feel so great. I don't think that I liked it after all. So, I mean, it did, when I double cleanse, I usually use micellar water or Neutrogena's makeup wipes, and then I go in with the cleanser. So it did get a lot of my makeup off. It did help in that regard, but I don't feel like it was as moisturizing as when I first initially tried it and wrote down these notes. The next one was the lotion. Yeah, this one here is the lotion. I've used, as you can see, quite a bit of it. It's about to here. And again, it's not as thin as the one I said I use as a toner in the little D program ones, but it was kind of more the gel the smallest one. It was more of a gel consistency, is what I'm trying to say. And probably the best way to describe how it felt and kind of what it did was, it's like after you use a sheet mask and what you have left over, and you know, rub in the excess serum that's left over. That's what that felt like, the excess serum that you rub into your face. And it felt a little moisturizing, but long term I didn't feel like I was getting any benefits from it really. My note says here it had, again, the citrusy floral scent. I preferred the smell of this more than the cleanser at the time. It was a little thicker than I expected and barely come out of the bottle. I mean, and I'll show you in the clip there, it's in a little hole and it doesn't really pour out, even though it's kind of that thin gel consistency. Why can't I say that? Consistency. It didn't really pour out per se. So you kind of have to shake it vigorously to get it out. Yeah. I kind of felt like it would mean that it lasted, and as you can see, it did. So I was right in my original thoughts on that part, because you have to shake it out vigorously and not a lot comes out, and it doesn't take a lot anyway. Like, you literally don't need a whole lot, probably not as much as I showed here in the clip that I shook out. Like, you probably don't even need that much. And it did, it lasted. I still got maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks left of this. It felt moisturizing, again, like the cleanser at first. But long term, I don't feel like I got the benefits from it, any moisturizing benefits from it. And I'll explain more once I get through with all of the products. Next we have the emulsion. This one was more like the actual lotion. It was very thin though. Same perfumey scent. It seemed very moisturizing at first. It has a larger hole than the last one I just showed you, than the lotion did. But you still had to shake it vigorously. Again, is I guess the way the little top part is. Again, you like this like little stopper, I think, makes the difference. So you don't have it like pouring out in your hand. You have to shake it vigorously to get the amount that you want. So again, I have quite a bit of it left, about the same. It's about to here. So I have about a week to 2 more weeks left of it. And although this was the moisturizer, when you first initially put it on, it does feel moisturizing. But long term, again, I don't feel like it was really moisturizing my face. It's very short term that you even feel it. The reason I feel that way about it after I've used it several weeks, I used it, I want to say, about 3 to 4 weeks. But I tend to, on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, when I'm not working or not going somewhere, if you'll see in my Wine With Me video that I'll explain a little bit more about, you know, my schedule. On Saturdays, we usually get off of work Saturday morning, and we go out and do something, or we come home and relax. And you know, from then on, I'm just not really staying with my usual routine, and I'm working on that. But what it has to do with this is I get lazy about my skincare. So after Friday night, when I do my skincare and stuff to get ready for work, I might or might not worry about my skincare. I know that's kind of gross, but unless we go out sometime, you know, Sunday or something like that, to go grocery shopping or whatever, I don't worry about it so much. So, and I'm not putting any makeup on or anything unless we're going out Saturday night or Sunday. to run errands or whatever. So what that meant was I wasn't using this during that time. And the only thing that I did different that I think is important that I point out was using the D program while I used this when I had a breakout, and would kind of use it as a spot treatment. And I used my sheet mask. That's the only extra items that I used. I wanted to really fully test these items out, this little set of 4 items. So the Elixir set, I wanted to test it out and give it an honest long-term test over 3 or 4 weeks to really get a feel for if the product was working. And I didn't want to have any other factors in there, and I'm glad I decided and made the choice to at least use sheet mask, because those weekends that I didn't use it, I felt like my face was really dry. I felt like I needed, and I couldn't wait to get back to wearing and taking care of my skincare. But those are our lazy days usually, and I'm not going anywhere, so I don't usually put emphasis on it. Like I still should do that whether I'm going anywhere or not. But I thought it was important to mention that, because that was what told me it's not working. When I used my other products before I tested this out, I usually use items like Ordinary's, oh, what has it been? Lactic acid and the hyaluronic acids, and they seem to be hydrating my face even on those weekends or days that I'm not wearing skincare. My face still feels moisturized. I didn't get that same feeling with this. Now, I did kind of like this, and that's what why I separately talked about this. This is they call it Daycare Revolution, and it's basically your sunscreen you put on afterwards. It's an SPF of 50, and I have this thing with most sunscreens that you put on, and it is specifically for your face. So I put it on, and I even had oh, I got it right here. Let's see. And mine looks pretty rough, but it's the It Cosmetics CC cream that has sunscreen in it. It irritates my face. I feel kind of like a burning sensation or whatever, but I did not feel that with this. This would probably be the one product that I would repurchase full size, because I not only am getting SPF 50, but also it just did not feel irritating. Now, here's the thing that's important to know too. I am a third shifter, so I don't spend that much time in the sun practically at all, unless I'm going to do my walk. I do a 30-minute walk and started that recently. Again, we'll talk about that more in the Wine for Me video. But yeah, like, I don't spend that much in the sun, but as when you have learned, it's still very important to wear SPF all the time, no matter, even in the winter and stuff. So I've done that with this. I put this on even when I'm going to work and going to be indoors and the sun's already gone down. Because sometimes my husband gets off and we go in to work together, and we come back to the house and, you know, go in and out of work together. He doesn't get off sometimes till the sun's come up, so it's still some benefit to me to wear it. So I was really thankful, and I got another one I'm trying too, and I feel like both of them like have not irritated my face. So so that's that about the ones that I bought recently. The other skincare sunblock that I just mentioned, I will include it in another review. I'm planning on doing that, but I haven't really tested it out because I've been using this one. So be looking forward to that in the future. I've got some other items I've also bought from Yes Style, and I probably will be reviewing those three together in another video. So, but yeah, these are my thoughts on these. I hope this was interesting and helpful. If you see these items and you were curious about them, maybe this gave you a little bit of more idea whether you want to try them or not. So, and like I said, I will try to link them below, and so yeah, and put a price down here for you for each of the items. Alright, have a great day, and again, thank you for watching. Bye.